what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a lot to talk about in this video. Today is the last chance for you to get the free copy of Destiny 2 on Battle.net. On top of that, Steam just kicked off another free weekend on top of the 3 free weekends that was already running, and it's on a pretty fantastic multiplayer game, so I want to take a look at that. Cliff Bleszinski, the guy that was the mastermind behind Lawbreakers, says that he's not going to create another game. This is coming from a tweet, a response to another person, and I know the cool thing is to hate on Cliff Bleszinski after Lawbreakers, and I even brought forth my fair share of criticism towards him. However, in this case, I am on his side, and it's based on the tweet someone sent to him. Also, cross-platform play is coming to more games. I know this is something that more gamers want to see out of their games, and they're coming to all of the high-res titles, so that is something to definitely be excited about. And I want to round out the video by letting you guys know about the best deal on Monster Hunter World that I've seen on PC. Fanatical has got the hookup, and you can get that game with a significant discount. So more on that at the end of this video. First, again, today is the last day for you guys to get your free copy of Destiny 2. I know it's also cool to meme on this game, and there are a lot of critical things you can say about Destiny 2. However, it is a big budget title. It's absolutely free right now on Battle.net. All you have to do is log into Battle.net, get the app, and then you just have to claim the game. It's literally that easy, and Destiny 2 is a very good PC version. The game looks great, it runs great. If you want to talk about content, yes, we can have a hour-long debate about the content in that game, but that's not what I want to cover in today's video. It's just that I believe today or tomorrow is the last day for you guys to get the game for free. After that, it will go back to its regular price. I imagine that we'll see discounts on that game pretty frequently, as I think it's more so an Activision directive to boost up the player base of that game, especially after the release of the recent expansion. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. The game's absolutely free, so make sure you get that. Speaking of free and moving on from that, Steam has a Rising Storm 2 Vietnam free weekend. You guys know how highly I think of Rising Storm. Red Orchestra 2 Heroes of Stalingrad was actually the game that brought me into PC gaming, so obviously I'm going to be a little bit more partial to this franchise than a lot of other people, but nonetheless, it's a very great, realistic multiplayer first-person shooter up to 64 players. A lot of fun to be had with that. On top of the free weekend, you can get the game 67% off for $8.25, which is a fantastic price for Rising Storm 2. Make sure to check it out for free over the weekend. It's also a game that's not all too difficult to run. It does recommend an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760 or an AMD R9 270X, but on the minimum side of things, you're looking at a GTX 460 or an ATI Radeon HD 5850, very old GPUs. So yeah, if you have a gaming PC that's even remotely recent, you should be able to run the game no problem. And again, with it being free, you can at least test it out, see if you like it, and then you can buy the game for just $8.25. Moving on from that, you guys know how I felt about Lawbreakers and how critical I was about the promotion of that game, the release of that game. The game itself, fundamentally, I thought it was a pretty good multiplayer first-person shooter. However, for a lot of different reasons, it did not stand the test of time, and now it has gone defunct. Of course, Cliff Bleszinski was the guy behind Lawbreakers, and it looks like he won't be putting out another game. Someone tweeted at Cliff Bleszinski saying this, quote, "You all won't refund players who stuck with you all and spent money for you all to keep up with content. Cliff, I looked up to you during the Gears of War days and sad to see where you're at. Wish you'd come back now. All that money is wasted." Now, I really think that's a little overdramatic over somebody buying Lawbreakers. Like, this happens in gaming. Not every game is going to be absolutely successful, and for you to want a refund for it, I just think that's a little bit too much. You probably got some fun out of the game, and I know it's going to vary from person to person, the importance of $30, but if you spend $30 on a multiplayer game, you got some fun out of it, and then it did shut down. I think that's a little bit too much, and Cliff Bleszinski responded saying, quote, "I paid my employees their 401ks and their healthcare, even months after the studio folded so they could care for their families. I didn't take a salary myself for 2 years. I get you're sad, but God, this kind of shit is another reason I am never making another game." Now, he did say that he was done with the gaming industry before, and he came back and did Lawbreakers. This time around, considering how big the fumble was with Lawbreakers, I honestly don't think he'll go back and make another game. He probably had such a bad experience with that game, also, especially the reception to that game and how people have reacted to it ever since it closed down. And I do commend him for paying his employees. I mean, it was good that people had jobs for a while. They got paid to make the game, work on the game. And now that chapter is closed, I don't think asking for a refund makes a lot of sense. I've been very critical about Lawbreakers. You can dig up my past videos when I talk about Lawbreakers. Don't think I thought super highly of this game and thought it was promoted like genius, and Cliff Bleszinski did no wrong with the promotion of this game. No, but I already went through that, so I'm not gonna go on that tangent again. It's just that in this case, I do have to kind of fall on his side. Sad to see he won't be making another game, but I think a lot of gamers would agree that his glory days are in the past. But hey, who knows? One day he might come back. He might have that itch to make another game. He might have an itch to prove prove people wrong, that's something that I could see happening. But for now, Lawbreakers was probably his last game. Moving on from that, I do want to quickly mention that cross-platform play is coming to all of Hi-Rez's titles. That includes Paladins, Realm Royale, and Smite. This means cross-platform play between Xbox and PC. Unfortunately, Sony still doesn't completely play nice with others. I know they added cross-platform play with Fortnite, however, they are still a little bit hesitant on completely opening the floodgates, which I think is unfortunate because I would like to see every game have cross-platform play, especially in the case of PC gaming. It would be so important. I know with games like Call of Duty Black Ops 4, people are just going to get murked on consoles if they're playing against PC players with keyboard and mouse, but I would love cross-platform play with a couple of other titles, namely fighting games. Fighting games is a genre that PC is starting to get more and more titles in, but the unfortunate thing is that these communities in these fighting games just die so quickly that they don't really have much staying power on PC. If cross-platform play was implemented, that would of course be a different story. We're getting closer and closer to that becoming a reality with games like Paladins, Realm Royale, and Smite going that route, but all of these are just high-res games, so yes, you could look at it as being 3 separate games, but really because they're all under the high-res umbrella, I just consider this one publisher going that route. But some cool news, and that'll kick off in January with the 2.01 update. And by the way, it's Xbox, PC, and Switch, so if you do have some friends playing these games on Switch, you can play with them as well, so that's pretty cool. Lastly, I do want to give a shout to a great deal that's available on Fanatical right now. Monster Hunter World is 33% off as a part of their Black Friday starts early promotion. It's down to $40, which is without a doubt the best price I've seen on Monster Hunter World, at least on PC. This game is down to like $20 on consoles for Black Friday. Unfortunately, because it is more of a recent release on PC, we're not enjoying that similar price. However, still at $40, Monster Hunter World is a game that's going to offer you so much content for your money. And if you've had some interest in the game, if you want to know how the PC version is, in my experience, the PC version was completely smooth. So I would highly recommend you to give it a chance, especially if you are a newcomer to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World makes it at least somewhat accessible to newcomers. However, it still retains a large amount of that depth. So once you get into the game, the difficulty, challenging gameplay aspects, those are still completely there. So don't worry if you have been a long-time Monster Hunter fan. There are quite a bit of nuances attached to the game. So check it out for yourself, $40 at Fanatical. I will leave a link in the description box down below. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, your last chance to get a free copy of Destiny 2 right now. Go on over to the Battle.net app and you can add it to your library. Also, over on Steam, you can enjoy Rising Storm 2 free for the weekend, so that's great. A very highly touted multiplayer game, so check it out for yourself. It looks like Cliff Bleszinski won't be making another game after the fumble that was Lawbreakers. Cross-platform play will be coming to Paladins, Realm Royale, and Smite. And again, Monster Hunter World, 33% off over at Fanatical. Link will be in the description box down below. That's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. This video is brought to you by SCD Keys, and special announcement, we have actually partnered to give away a few keys for Windows 10 to you guys. I'll be giving them away periodically on my Twitter page, so check that out at CultOfMush1. Otherwise, if you want to just get a key for yourself immediately, you can always head over to their site and find it at a significant discount. Currently, Windows 10 is available for just $14, and you can use my special code CM1 to save an additional 10% on top of that. Outside of Windows 10, they have great deals on other software such as Office, and once again, you can use the code CM1 to save 10%. And of course, they have great deals on games as well, the latest releases and existing titles, and you can use the code CM2 when you pick up any games to save an extra 3%. Links and information to everything will be in the description box down below.